In this video, I'm going to be covering the exact TikTok ad strategy that I use to take Thrills from zero brand awareness in a brand new market all the way to 1.2 million in revenue in the first 90 days of their Family Entertainment Center opening. So let's jump right into it. As you can see over here in the TikTok Ads Manager, I spent around $25,000 on this grand opening, with 20,000 pre-opening, and then I'd say about 5,000 post-opening. You can see the results generated about 5.6 million impressions. For reference, the greater Philadelphia area has about 3 million people in it, 1.5 million of which are on TikTok. And again, this is according to TikTok, so take that for what you will. But basically that means that every other person in Philadelphia saw our ad, which is just a crazy mind-boggling statistic to think about. And these are real people too. Like, I know that we're looking here at a number on a screen, 5.6 million impressions. What does that really mean? What that means is even during the hiring process, we had kids, because we're hiring teenagers, college students, high school students, and they're coming into the park and they're like, oh my God, my friend showed me this place on TikTok. Like, it looks so cool. Like, I'm really excited to work here. So that's how this 5.6 million impression number really maps out in the real world. And obviously the results getting to 1.2 million in 90 days speaks for itself. So let's jump into exactly how I did that. Over here in the campaign, you're going to see that I ran a few different campaigns, the first of which was a lead generation campaign. Now, the purpose of this campaign, I targeted 18 to 55 plus. You can target 13 to 17 on TikTok. However, they're not very likely to turn into buyers. They're also very cheap. There's a whole lot of regulation around targeting that age. We found that our ideal demographic is really 18 and up, that 18 to 35 range, but we also wanted to get the parents. So this was just as much for, your college kids as it was for your parent of two kids. So we also targeted the tours and attractions interest. What that means is anybody who's interested in sort of tours, attractions, experiences, TikTok knows that, and we're able to target that specifically. So as a result, these results are actually a little bit more expensive than you'll see in other campaigns. So you're going to see here $8 CPM. That means that because we went so targeted, TikTok increased the cost. And that was okay because I wanted really targeted people. I wanted these first 1,000 raving fans. And that's super important to get for any brand that's opening in a new market, is you want to get these fans who are excited about your place. They tell other people about your place. As you can see, we got every single email for about $2.74. We generated 3,700 emails here off of 1.5 million impressions. So our click-through rate was pretty good. Overall, 1.4%. You can see here, these are the leads. So let's look at the best performing ad. I believe this is the one where I said tag your friend. Yes, this one got disapproved because of music. Hang on. Okay, so this one, that wasn't the tag your friends yet, but this one, we highlighted the features and benefits of the Family Entertainment Center. So of the park, you can see we mentioned slides, we mentioned Ninja Warrior-like courses. This is where you want to cover and really show, not tell, the features and benefits of your park, whether you're going to have an arcade, whether you're going to have a trampoline park, that kind of thing. You want to show that in your ad as much as possible in video form. We used exclusively video forms. We did not use any photos because video just sells so much better than photos in today's world. And this park opened in 2023, February of 23. So to give you some context, and I'm recording this in 24. So that was our lead gen campaign. Now, with those 3,000 raving fans, I was able to then email them for a soft launch. Now, for a soft launch, what that means is you want to have a training day basically for your staff to get to know the POS. What do they do when somebody walks in the door and hands them a $20 bill? Like, they've never had that happen before. So we kind of used that day as a training day to work out any kinks. There's some funny stories there of all the kinks we had to work out between, slides being over lubricated and stuff like that. But attractions going wrong, computer malfunctions, the whole 9 yards. It all happens. So we called it our friends and family day. This was our soft opening. This one I targeted here. I'm going to select these two together because they were kind of the same. They were kind of the same in that they had the same objective. Here we just went broad. So we targeted the Philly DMA. That's like TikTok's way of calling it a region. It's called like the direct something area. It's from the TV days, so which is surprising that TikTok uses that. Today, you can actually target by zip code. Back then, you could not target by zip code. So today, you just type in your zip code 06811 into TikTok, and boom, your ads are perfectly landed, perfectly targeted in that zip code area. But you couldn't back then. You had to do a broad brush strokes like this. So these were a couple of the ads that we used. I want to pause and highlight this immediately because you can see if you got tagged in this, it's because your friend thinks you would get wrecked. So this was a very funny video that went viral of somebody getting wrecked on one of our attractions. This caption is so... Let me say it again because I really can't emphasize this enough. This caption is so important because it encourages engagement. Now, what I mean by engagement is tag your friend. Well, if I'm interested in this, I'm going to go send it to my best friend so that we can go and check out the grand opening day when they're open. So this tag your friend is actually a really nice little life hack, social media hack to get more engagement. So we use that. And the results for that, you can see here, lower CPMs, much lower CPMs, $3, $2.89, on these ads because we went such broad brushstrokes. And these conversions, I actually sent these to a landing page via Roller. So this was back when Roller was first launching their e-commerce landing pages. You can actually put your TikTok pixel and TikTok and Roller can talk to each other, which is really, really cool. It's a unique feature of the POS. I highly recommend it for that reason. So these were better. In a sense, these were better eyeballs because I chose the initiate checkout objective versus just the click. And you can see the difference here in the CPMs. CPM, by the way, cost per milli, just cost per 1,000 eyeballs on your thing. It's basically a little over double. And that was because I really wanted people to go through this checkout, but I didn't want the full purchase conversion. Let me say that again. The reason I ran an initiate checkout campaign objective alongside a just purely click objective is because sometimes clicks don't mean anything. People can just click on stuff and they leave, and you know what I mean? People just love clicking on stuff. That's a whole demographic of people. That's a whole segment of the population on these social media platforms that don't do anything. They'll click an ad, but they never buy. So I wanted to move just a little bit further down the funnel, if you will. So not all the way to purchases, but initiate checkouts. So I wanted to get basically more volume through the pipeline. I wasn't ready to just say checkouts yet and go for purchase conversions. So we did 1,084 initiate checkouts. All in all, on that soft friends and family opening day, let me say that again. All in all, on that soft launch day where we had friends and family and these people from TikTok who were raving fans, we had about 300 there during a 2 or 3 hour period. So next came the open campaign. So once we were actually open, which was a lot because of all the different kinds of hoops that we had to jump through, parking, zoning, oh my gosh, fire department, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, this one I spent, I would say, the majority of the budget on. You can see 11,000. This generated 3 million impressions, and the ad was pretty simple. It basically just showcased the features of the park, and I'll show you the caption. These were videos were all taken. That was the line, by the way, out the door on the grand opening day. These videos were all taken with the intent of just posting on social media and seeming like it's an organic video, because you're not looking at this, you're not like, oh wow, this is such a cool drone fly through like you might see in a lot of these family entertainment center groups. These are meant to blend in. They're not meant to be seen as an ad. And I think that's really the genius of this style of marketing strategy. This is my style of marketing strategy. I don't want to make something that feels like an ad. I want to make something that feels like a TikTok, like something that, ooh, I'm getting the insider look into, I'm privy to this knowledge about this place that's opening, like on my fingers on the pulse of the city, whatever you want to say. So these got 30 cents, 27 cents a click, 1.4% click rate, which is pretty good to our website. So all in all, we spent 27,000. Excuse me, this actually 4,000 was for a different location, so you can kind of ignore that. It was about 23,000. So 23,000 in total we spent on this grand opening. They gave me a $40,000 marketing budget. I spent half that, and we created this phenomenal result that they were open to capacity on day one. So that's basically how I did the TikTok marketing for Thrills when they opened in King of Prussia. If you're interested in talking about a grand opening strategy or just adding TikTok ads to your social media strategy for your family entertainment center, I'm happy to talk with you. You can find links in my description to get in contact with me. All right, thanks.